Namaste, Vanakkam, Namaskara, Sat Sri Akal, greetings to you all. This is simply your SPB. First and foremost, I am grateful to all of you who have been watching me and sending me lots of feedback and correcting me if I went wrong and subscribing to this channel. Thank you very, very, very much. As I had already explained it to you, I am not giving my experiences in a chronological order at all because it's very tough to remember in the process of 54 years of my musical career. So, like a monkey, I am jumping from one branch to other branch so that I can soulfully come and talk about my experiences with great people, rather people who made me like this today. Today I am going to talk about two great composers and two great personalities, music personalities, Laxmikant ji and Pyarelal ji. My first acquaintance with them is through radio only because until then the music directors duos were there in Hindi and in Tamil. We had Shankar J. Kishan and we had Husnulal Bhagat Ramji, and we had so many people like that. And in Tamil there was only one pair of music directors called Shankar Ganesh, but later came Laxmikant Pyarelal, and right from the day one, from the first film, they they took the music lovers by storm actually. And I think it was Paras Mani. Paras Mani was the first film for which they have done music. And my introduction to their songs is, as I was mentioning in my previous episodes, through a milk vendor's shop. Whenever he used to open it up, switch on his radio, we were getting different languages broadcasted with film songs. Then one day I heard this song of Laxmikant Pyarelal, sung by Muhammad Rafiji and Lata Mangeshkar ji. This song is ओ जब याद आए बहुत याद आए ओ जब याद आए बहुत याद आए हमें जिंदगी के अंधेरे में हमने चरागे मोहब्बत जलाए बुझाए वो जब याद आए बहुत याद आए. I was astounded by listening to this. There were strains of Shankar J. Kishan, there were strains of Roshan ji, there were strains of Kalyanji Alanji. But even at that time, when I was hardly 17 or 18, I could tell that it is not them, it is somebody else. Then I came to know it was Laxmikant and Pyarelal. And those days there were no Googles or anything, I used to go, search in the magazines about these people and found out that Laxmikant ji was a very famous mandolin player, and Pyarelal ji was a famous violin player. They were busy playing music, even though they did music until they became very, very popular. They were playing their instruments to all the other music directors. Then came the other song which I heard and felt very thrilled. That was तुम गगन की चंद्रमा हो मैं धरा की धूल हूँ मैं धरा की धूल हूँ तुम प्रणय के देवता हो तुम प्रणय के देवता हो मैं समर्पित फूल हूँ This was also again in Yaman Kalyan. I was thrilled with the orchestration and everything was so beautiful. And after this, I have become a great fan of Laxmikant Pyarelal ji, but never dreamt that I'll be singing for them. Meanwhile came Dosti, and they earned their Filmfare Award, first Filmfare Award for Dosti. And you remember I was saying about my audition song, always from Dosti. जाने वालों जरा मुड़ के देखो मुझे एक इंसान हूँ मैं तुम्हारी तरह Ravi Saab's great singing that used to be my audition song whenever I went to a music director seeking for asking for opportunities. Then things passed and I came to know so many things about them. One anecdote I would love to share with you. Uh, Laxmikant Pyaraji, in the combination, Laxmikant ji was a very, very popular mandolin player and he was playing for almost all the music directors at that time. And one day he was supposed to go to the afternoon session to Open IRG's recording. In the morning session, he had Shankar J. Kishan's recording. They said they will finish early, so he couldn't say no. He went there, but by the time that recording got over, he was delayed for the recording of Open IRG. Open IRG is such a strict stickler for timing and discipline. So he was late by half an hour. The rehearsals was over. Musicians were all ready. There were supposed to be two mandolins, and Laxmikant ji could not go on time. So Upanayar ji thought that he could do with one mandolin, and they were recording in famous recording studios in Tardev. And there is a hidden entrance to that studio. Stealthily, Laxmikant ji enters because he was so much afraid of Upanayar ji. Everybody was rather. So he went and sat next to that mandolin player. The sheet was there, score sheet, and they were saying, "Yeah, take." And a couple of takes, it was over, and Laxmikant ji thought that Upanayar has not watched him entering stealthily and playing it, and he was relieved. Then after the song, everybody heard the song and okayed, and the intercom, Upanayar Sahab calls, Laxmikant and Rao. So Laxmikant, then he could think that he is caught red-handed. He goes there and what happened? You came late. Then he explained. You think that I will not be watching you entering into my studio stealthily and playing? Well, what is your remuneration for this song? Those days it was 75 rupees or so. I am cutting your remuneration. You are not paid the remuneration because you didn't come on time. But I want to give you 100 rupees to you personally because without rehearsing, looking at the notation of your co player, you played it so perfectly. Next time, never come late to my recording. This was explained to me by Laxmikant ji. So these were such wonderful moments. So when I already explained to you in one of my episodes that in my first audition, Laxmikant ji was not happy. All the composition used to happen in Laxmikant ji's home where he had a separate music hall where there used to be rhythm players according to him. He used to keep a mandolin and a harmonium with him and I didn't understand the way he was composing actually. He used to keep the mandolin next to his ear and strum something and then keep it down and then play the harmonium and try to sing. That was his style of composition. So as I said, he was not very happy, and but Balachandar ji insisted that I should sing in that film. Then I started singing. The first recording was with Lata ji. Tere Mere Beech Mein, there is a version of Lata ji. In that, the hero Kamal Hassan gets only the dialogues because he didn't know Hindi. Character-wise, he didn't know Hindi in the picture. He says when she sings, uh, நீ ரொம்ப நல்லா பாடுற. That is the first dialogue. That means you sing so very good. That's the first thing I have to say to Lata Mangeshkar ji when I am singing along with her. There was no singing, only dialogue form. But anyway, those two dialogues, wherever they come, I rehearsed because I didn't want to commit a mistake and irritate the greatest playback singers ever we had in our country. So Lataji enters and everybody, there were about 75 musicians, they all get up. She walks in a white sari like a Saraswati, comes into the voice room, and there Laxmikant and the song violinist and his assistants and were all there when she comes in. We all stood up and Laxmikant introduces me to her and she says, हाँ बहुत सुना आपके बारे में मैं I heard much about you and all the best, she said. And she sat and somebody brought tea to both of us. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking and it's a very small voice room in Mehboob. And in my tension, I spilled the tea over her sari. Everybody was so anguished and angry looking at me. And I thought my days in Bombay as a playback singer are over because she always wears white and I spoiled her. And I thought she will lose her mood and she would walk away out of the studio. You know what she said? कोई बात नहीं, फिक्र मत कीजिए. This is a good omen. Baluji, this is a good omen. I wish you all the best in Hindi film industry. Such gracious, such magnanimous attitude. And then the recording was over. There was nothing for me to sing, rather only the utter the dialogue. As I said, the first dialogue you heard, and the second one, Nalla Punnu, Nalla Punnu, Nalla Punnu. Then I will translate that in English. So these are all the only two dialogues I had, and then the song recording was over. Then came my solo song recording, Tere Mere Beech Mein, you all know. And I was quite nervous singing that song. Maybe by the time I was 13-year senior in South Indian film industry, but I was singing a straight song for the first time. And completed that. There was not much compliments. He said, okay, after maybe 7 or 8 takes. And the way the combination of Laxmikant Pyarelal happened was something very unique. When I entered into the Bombay film industry, Laxmikant ji used to compose the song and Pyare Bhai used to do the orchestration. Pyare Bhai used to come to the recording studio, listen to the cassette sent by Laxmikant ji, the composition cassette, and sit near a piano and then concentrating and go on composing the background and the harmonies. He goes on writing on the in the Western style on the score sheet. All the musicians will stand behind him with score sheets, and whichever he was writing their portion, they used to copy it. It used to take about 2 to 3 hours by the time he used to conclude the orchestration, then give a break. Then Laxmikant ji used to come. Then they check the music, and then the singer used to come and check the song along with the singer with the cues and everything. That is the way it used to happen. That's how that day the song recording also had happened. And you know that song. तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना मैंने नहीं जाना तूने नहीं जाना. Bakshi Saab has written the lyrics, and the relationship between you and me, even until now, मैंने नहीं जाना, आप भी नहीं जाने, but it's going on so beautifully. To continue this beautiful relationship, you have to wait for one more week. Next Friday, I have so many things to talk about my relationship with Laxmikant ji and Pyarelal ji and with their compositions. Until then, namaste. Sarve janas sukhino bhavantu.